On November 16, 2005, Stephen Bradberry was awarded the Robert F. Kennedy Human Rights Award for his service in aiding the thousands displaced by Hurricane Katrina. This is his extraordinary story. In 1966, one of New Orleans' greatest heroes was born in Chicago, Illinois. His name is Stephen Bradberry, and he has dedicated his life to helping low-income Americans in Louisiana. As a community leader in the New Orleans chapter of the Association of Community Organizations for Reform Now, or ACORN, during Hurricane Katrina, Stephen Bradberry sent out hundreds of text messages to New Orleans ACORN members in order to help them find assistance. He helped victims whose homes had been flooded and destroyed find places to stay throughout cities like Houston, where families opened their doors and hearts for those in dire need of support. Stephen Bradberry worked tirelessly to ensure that all people affected by the hurricane, no matter their social class, were able to return to their cities, their homes, and eventually their lives better off. He believed that no one should be forgotten, and because of him, no one was. Stephen Bradberry fought for the individual's human rights, declared to them not only in the Constitution, but also in the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, ensuring Articles 2, 7, 19, 20, 22, 23, 25, and 27 are all enacted for the individual. Rights that you shouldn't even have to think about day to day. Rights that you and I take advantage of. Stephen Bradberry fought for them. Stephen Bradberry did not stop there. His mission continued after Katrina, but this time with a new and more powerful message: to improve the day-to-day lives of low-income citizens. He fought to protect their economic, political, and social rights through public interest campaigns targeted at preventing lead poisoning in children, giving parents a say in local schools, and increasing voter participation. Stephen Bradberry brings diverse groups of people together for the good of the community. Stephen Bradberry once said, "All of us, from the wealthiest and most powerful of men to the weakest and the hungriest of children, share one precious possession: the name American." Stephen Bradberry has continued to show his support in New Orleans by establishing Urban Heart, a citywide education collaborative to provide a greater voice for parents and community residents in the decision-making process for their local schools. Although Stephen Bradberry did not grow up in New Orleans, he has formed a bond built by his own courage and desire for helping others to improve the lives of thousands. What would have happened if Stephen Bradberry was not there? Would someone else have taken his place? What I do know is that without him, if he didn't step up, things wouldn't have changed. Things would be different today. On October 29, 2012, 7 years and 2 months after Hurricane Katrina, Hurricane Sandy devastated the Northeast. We decided that each school in my district would adopt a school destroyed by the storm. My school chose to give back to East Rockaway High School. We teamed up to do a joint talent show deemed Bring Back the Music, for their music department had been completely ruined.
But I can think back in my first year here as principal, we helped out for Hurricane Katrina. And now, with it even closer on our own shores, we really wanted to reach out. And so they needed a minimum of $10,000 just to restart their band. The acts were amazing. Support from the community was amazing. I'll tell you, for me, I knew that we had a smashing success when I saw that the auditorium was full. I think my favorite comment I heard the next day was to the students who hadn't been there, of their friends telling them, "You missed it."
We set out on a goal to raise $10,000, but ended up raising $43,000 for not only East Rockaway, but for the 17 teachers who had severe damage to their homes.
I never in my wildest dreams imagined that the entire neighborhood would be underwater.
We watched the water rise. By the time it was done, the water was over the hoods of both of our cars.
My parents evacuated here, and then at about 11 o'clock that night, my father was sleeping on the couch right over there, and suddenly was surrounded by water. Never realized how powerful water can be.
I was wading in water up to here. So it was really, really scary.
My first reaction was, oh my God. Probably the most upsetting things to me were my memories. So Jericho has been an incredible support system for me. They have gone above and beyond to support me through a difficult time. They've been there for me in so many ways. Just the phone calls, the texts, the emails, the offers from, my principal, my colleagues, even parents offering me a place to stay. That was, an know that my family was not going to be on the streets was, certainly very comforting. Even professionally, it was very hard to come back to work so soon after the storm. And, I was going back to work, but I had nowhere to go home to. I was living at a hotel. I was taking my kids to school, trying to get myself to school, put a smile on for my kids, put a smile on for my students. It was really a very challenging time. And everybody was really there for me.
You went to bed, and throughout the night you woke up many times hoping that it was just a dream. Yeah, I kept thinking, maybe I dreamt this. Maybe when I go downstairs, there's not still going to be 5 feet of water in my basement.
The Jericho community followed in Stephen Bradberry's footsteps and became a defender.